I'm so sorry. Mm. Hmm.
Are you guys hearing me now? You hear me now? Good, good. Okay. Well, hopefully the first part of this show was still being recorded somehow. I don't know. Anyway, we'll start from scratch now, and hopefully you'll just we'll get through that first 5 minutes of silence if the mic wasn't working. I apologize. So my encouragement to you guys is go to the blog. Make sure that you read the content that goes with each one of the days this week, because remember, I'm not doing a morning video for you guys. So there's a lot more content, a lot more to think about and process in the blog that we don't even get to on our daily discussion. And today's topic is developing that attitude that attracts wealth. And that the first part of that is understanding that your common misconception of the law of attraction is it's whatever I want, I attract into my life, and that's not how it works. It's whatever you believe you attract into your life. It's whatever your thoughts and beliefs are at the subconscious level that you attract. You have to also be in balance for that abundance to flow into your life, and that means spiritual wealth. That means material wealth. That means physical health. That means a sense of wealth and well-being within the community that you participate in, that you consider yourself a member of. So the 6 dimensions of wellness actually play a very vital part in the law of attraction. The key to actually attracting money into your life is to be neutral to money. See, if you're focusing on money, then you have to really guard yourself against the idea that you may not have a belief that you're worthy of money. If you focus on money, you may also be worried that that you're lacking money, and so you don't want to attract that into your life. So if you have a neutral attitude toward money, and that neutral attitude simply means that you recognize that money is energy, like everything else in the world, and energy is circulating all around you, through you, in you, and as you, and therefore money is made up of the same stuff. And so you shouldn't have a positive or negative attitude toward money. It simply is. Money is a medium of exchange. It's currency. And if we didn't have money, then we could exchange goods and goods for services, or services for goods, or any of an unlimited number of other transactions that could take place in order to exchange goods and services, ideas and training and things like that. So money is simply a tool that we use. And the next point today is understanding that that in addition to money being such an important part of your personal prosperity, so do all of those other aspects of the 6 dimensions of wellness play a role. So you can't be wealthy if your health is not a priority. You can't be wealthy if your relationships are not in order, because there's going to be an imbalance. There's going to be an energetic imbalance, and there's going to be an emotional imbalance. And so the final part that I want to share with you guys today is to understand this isn't just metaphysical science. Some folks have said, this class is just a little bit too metaphysical for me. That's not where my belief system is, and I don't want that sort of training. I really want practical stuff that I can use to build my business. Well, first of all, this is about mindset, and mindset, whether we like it or not, is metaphysical. That is by very definition and nature of mindset. We have to deal with the metaphysical science, but there is physiological science, biological science to support this as well. And so I want to share with you guys a little bit about how that works. So the physiological part is that you have within your brain, at the frontal lobe of your brain, so right up in here, about the size of the palm of your hand, is an area called the prefrontal cortex. Now, the prefrontal cortex is, and I talk about this in the blog in greater detail, but the prefrontal cortex is responsible, in the simplest of terms, for taking those ideas that are fed to it and helping to internalize those goals and manifest them in your life. So when the prefrontal cortex is the reason why people lack prosperity. It's the reason why people can't lose weight. It's the reason why people have messed up relationships, because it accepts whatever you focus on. So if a person says, "Oh, these bills are just killing me. I'm just so stressed over money right now," the ideas that they fed to the prefrontal cortex, which doesn't distinguish between right or wrong, or truth or not truth, or opinion or truth, or opinion or fact rather, the prefrontal cortex hears that you have money problems and that the money problems are killing you. And so you'll begin to manifest health issues, because the prefrontal cortex goes to work manifesting those internalized goals. So if you say, my relationship is unhealthy, my relationship has problems, or I wish I could solve the problems in my relationship, the only thing the prefrontal cortex understands is that there are problems in your relationship, and it's going to continue to manifest those things in your life. So the way to work with the brain in order to begin that process of rewiring itself toward positivity is to focus on statements like, money flows freely into my life. My business grows every day. My relationships are healthy and wholesome and healing themselves, getting better every day. Then the prefrontal cortex is going to accept those internalized goals and begin to work on solutions for making them happen. And again, that's a really key part, because the brain begins to work on solutions. The final piece of the puzzle is getting off our yeah buts and making them happen. Yeah, but I don't have time. No, you have time. Your brain is already working on manifesting opportunities. So then we bring our awareness to what's happening all around us. So when we tell ourselves money is circulating all around me, to me, through me, and abundantly manifests in my life, the brain begins to manifest or to work on ways to make that uh, physically manifest in your life. So opportunities are going to arise. Contacts are going to come into your life that might not otherwise come into your life. There's going to be opportunities, but we have to be aware of those opportunities and take advantage of them. That's why we engage with people every day on social media. That's why whatever your business happens to be, you do whatever you can do to get your message out there. And the final thing I'm going to share, and then I want to hear some feedback from you guys, and this is really key. There in the blog today, I posted about a book that I think every entrepreneur should have this book. It's one of the simplest shortcuts I've ever seen to manifesting success in your life. It's written by a woman named Ashara Lovejoy. It's called The One Command. It is absolutely phenomenal. I also put a link in there there's the company that she publishes with has a 6 DVD set that has a workbook that I personally use. That excuse me, I actually preferred it because I could be playing the CDs while I was working, and then work on the workbook every morning. And the shortcut for it, I'm going to just give you kind of a synopsis. It's 6 different strategies that she develops in the course of the book for beginning to manifest wealth in your life, in all aspects of your life. But one of the key components is this one command, and the one command is a formula, and this formula directly approaches the prefrontal cortex and makes your mind, your brain, begin to work on those internal goals, begin to manifest those things. And it's just phenomenal. People freak out when they start trying this because it works so easily, and you don't have to, it doesn't require a belief system, it doesn't require understanding metaphysics, it doesn't require understanding the physiology of your brain. Your brain already knows what it needs to do, and you just use the formula. And the formula is, I don't know how I ... So then you insert your goal there. I don't know how I ... All I know is I ... and am fulfilled and complete. So if you were trying to attract money into your life, you would say, I don't know how I attract money so easily in my life. All I know is I attract money easily into my life every day, and I am fulfilled and complete. And that powerfully programs your brain to begin manifesting those things in your life. And I had a client that I was working with a few weeks back, and her biggest issue was attracting new customers. And she said, I don't know why I'm doing everything that everyone tells me to do, and I'm just not getting customers in my life. And I said, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to start utilizing this one command, because there is something in your programming. If you're doing all the right steps, you're posting on Facebook, you're building relationships, you're going to networking meetings, she's doing all these things, and I know she really was. Then there must be something in your programming that's standing in the way. There's something that you're afraid of success. Maybe you're afraid of what success will bring. Maybe you're afraid you'll become like some people who you perceive as successful, who are very negative people, who have traits that you don't want to have anything to do with. And so you're putting up this block. So I said, let's work on this. And rather than spending time, doing psychoanalysis, which is not my level of expertise, it's not something that I should ethically engage with a consulting client, because that's not the nature of that relationship. I said, let's just work on programming your prefrontal cortex. So she started this. I said, all I want you to say is, I don't know how I attract new customers to my business every day. All I know is I attract abundant customers to my business, and I'm fulfilled and complete. And I said, I just want you to say it twice a day. Write it down, put it somewhere on your desk so that subconsciously throughout the day you're actually seeing it as well. And let's talk in 5 days. And in 3 days, she said, I can't wait to tell you to wait for our appointment in 5 days. I just have to tell you that beginning the second day that I was doing this, people started to inquire about my business. People that I hadn't talked to or thought about in years got back in touch with me. People started responding on Facebook. People started calling me. When I was making telephone calls, people were responding differently and setting appointments. And she said, I don't know how you did this. It really freaks me out. And I said, I didn't do anything. Your brain did it. Your brain began to rewire and reprogram the beliefs that it had, and the prefrontal cortex just understood that you said you had abundant customers. And so your brain said, okay, this is the fact. I have abundant customers. That's the internalized goal. I need to manifest that. And so maybe it changed something inside in the way that you're doing your presentation. Maybe it changed the attitude with which you were posting on Facebook, because there was now this expectancy. And we took you out of that mindset of being afraid that you didn't have enough money, being afraid that you didn't have enough business, being afraid that the customers just weren't choosing you, and you became neutral to money, because money wasn't part of that formula. It was, I have abundant customers in my life. So look for what the results are that you want to achieve, and I would suggest that even regarding money, if you want to really make this easy on yourself, stop focusing on the money. Let the money be the energy that helps you manifest your goals, and look at the results that you want. What are you going to do with that money? There's a story that a friend of mine told on I think he did it on a TED Talks, and he said that there was this woman who came up to him and she said, I just need to be able to. She did key card, punched digital information onto cards like IBM does. I forget what that's called, but I think it's called key punching. So she said, I just need to be able to do double the amount of key punching that I'm doing right now. How can I manifest that? And he said, well, wait, let's talk about why. Why do you want to do key card punching? She says, well, because I want to have more money. Well, why do you want to have more money? Well, because if I have more money, I can afford to move and live closer to my mom. Why do you want to live closer to your mom? Well, because I want to establish a house, a heritage house, so that my children will know their heritage. And my mother has all of these antiques and all of these relics from the Civil War and things like that, or the Revolutionary War, whatever the details were. She wanted to create something of value for her kids. And he said, well, then let's not worry about manifesting faster key punching. Let's just manifest the end result. There's the shortcut. So whatever it is that you want to do with money in your life, stop focusing on, like, I wouldn't even focus on your business and say, I want more customers in my business. I don't do that. I focus on what I want for the end result. And the incredible thing about that is sometimes those results that we want manifest in ways that we couldn't even have begun to imagine, or we wouldn't have even pictured ourselves being in that circumstance. So if the end result for you is to have the freedom to travel with your children, focus on, I don't know how I'm so free to travel with my children. All I know is I travel freely with my children. We have a fantastic time, and I'm fulfilled and complete. Focus on that kind of programming for your mind, and let your mind, let higher intelligence, your creative source, whatever you want to call it, your connection with the divine spark within, that will manifest how you're going to do that. Maybe it will be through your business. Maybe it'll be through meeting somebody on Facebook or meeting somebody in your day-to-day life who says, you know what, I have some tickets for Disney World, and my family's not going to be able to use them. Would you like them? You have to be open to the realm of possibilities in your life and focus on the results that you want. Stay neutral to the money. Stay neutral to all of the hows, and that's why Jim Rohn would say, if you want to accomplish something, get clear on why, and the how takes care of itself. And quite often people interpret that to mean, okay, so if I focus, if my why is clear, then I can go at my multi-level marketing business, and it's going to take care of itself. No, that's not what he said. He said when the why is clear, the how takes care of itself. So he just said, don't worry about how. And what we do is we say, okay, this is my why. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with my husband. I want to travel. I want to go to college, whatever. And so I'm going to go at ABC business, and I'm going to recruit 100 distributors. Well, you're determining the how, and you may very well be able to do it that way, but that might not be the easiest way. The easiest way might just be to focus on what you want and stay open in the moment. And yes, approach your business with that same open mindset and say, I want to succeed in all things that I do. And so my business is something I'm passionate about. I'm going to do that business. There are friends of mine who've been clients and just friends that I've consulted with who started doing something that was their passion. Because I said, if you do what you love and you love what you do, the universe will take care of the finances. And I've certainly experienced that in my life. And I said, what would you do if money and time weren't an object? Well, I would start a foundation and I would do blah, 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 blah. And I said, then what's stopping you from doing that? Go out there and pursue that dream. It doesn't mean you give up on your business. It doesn't mean you give up on your job. It doesn't mean you give up on anything else that you're doing. But bring that passion, that energy to that passion, and let things unfold the way that they are. You may not have to have the job or the business or any of the other commitments that you had, because as that passion manifests and unfolds, then the opportunities are going to arise. So let's go ahead and open things up now. I talked actually a little bit longer than I intended, but this is such an exciting topic for me, and I really encourage you to check out the blog because there's even more content in there that I think will stimulate some great discoveries in your lives. But what are you guys' thoughts? Not just on what we're talking about today, because I want you guys to try that. What do you think about this approach? But let's talk about what's begun to happen in your life just as you start to work with these ideas over the last 3 or 4 days. Where you have to unmute, Ita.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, Ida, go ahead first. Go first, please. Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'll go then. For me, it's been a crazy couple days, with deciding to slough off some dead weight and the whole live your dreams kind of thing, and I'm just hoping, that it's going well. I guess is the best way. My brain is not to. I had a panic attack earlier today, so I'm still trying to come back from that. But things are going really well, and for the first time in a very long time, I can breathe, and there's a lot going on, and I'm grateful for all of it. That's pretty much where I can go right now.
You haven't stopped smiling in the last few days. I just want you to know that, panic attack or not, and I certainly understand and appreciate that when it happens. But you are the brightness about you as a person has been so radiant the last few days that it's just really exciting to see. It's like you not only rediscovered your inner Tigger, but you just decided that anything that was not Tigger was no longer had a place in your life, and you're back. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Ita, go ahead and unmute yourself again.
Am I on mute now?
Yes, you
Did
are.
I unmute? Yay!
Yay.
Um, yes, Jennifer, I second what John Michael said about you being so happy. Even the tone of your voice, because I'm not necessarily seeing your face, but even the tone of your voice when you're speaking is you can hear the happiness and the sense of exciting things that's coming your way in your voice. So yeah, it is good to hear that. Regarding all of what we've discussed now in the last 3 days, I find this topic very interesting because I've never researched or gone down the road, even though it always has intrigued me. I've never gone down the road of researching it, so I'm extremely interested now in what you're teaching us and the points that you're actually saying to us to start implementing in our lives. Now, today in particular, I don't even know where to start about my frontal cortex and what to attract me to attract into my life because there's so many areas that I need to focus on. But I will get there. Regarding the last couple of days now, it's for some. I mean, I recruited a girl. I didn't recruit her. She sent me a message and she joined my business 2 days ago out of the blue. And it turns out she's not someone that wanted to just join the business and then find out all the information. She had her set up. She had her email account set up. She had a bit when she contacted me. I was saying you need to do this. You know, I've done that. I've done that. I've that done. She's a real go-getter. So I was totally shocked with that coming into my business because I've been trying to recruit for about 2.5 years and I've recruited nobody. And I stopped trying to recruit and she arrived. It's hilarious how it happened. But yeah, that's a business aspect sort of thing. In my personal life, things have been a bit hectic. My husband's doing Ramadan. So that's not a good atmosphere in our house when he does the Ramadan. But actually, when you were speaking today, Jean Michael, about the prefrontal cortex and about saying it, because I always used to say, I hate when Ramadan comes, I hate when this one comes, I hate when he does this, because he's in such bad form. But then I was getting myself in bad form. Even before Ramadan came, I was getting myself in bad mood. So for the last 3 or 4 days, the two of us have been in bad mood. And I realised today when you said that that's why I am. Because I've been saying it to myself for the week of heading up towards Ramadan about how horrible it is, how stupid it is, all this. So I'm going to change that now today. That's definitely one thing I'm definitely doing today. So thank you for that.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, and I've got to say, if you go back and look at the last 29 days of videos, you're going to see a big difference. Watch your countenance on these videos. You're another one that's brighter and more. There's just more vitality in your voice. Where when you first got here, you were a little unsure. You were a little more reserved, and I don't think it had anything to do with the technical issues because we'll always have technical issues, and it's particularly challenging and exceptional that you overcome these challenges living on basically living on an island where the internet signal is not as strong as maybe in the big city, and so whatever it is. I mean, I'm just so impressed with the fact that I don't think I've ever known another person who said, "Well, I'm going to keep trying this on all of my devices, and until it works." And so that's been a very powerful statement of your dedication to finding solutions, to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I applaud you for recognizing that yes, when there are things that that you state, oh, I hate when he does this, or I hate when she does that. All you're doing is bringing more of that into your life because your prefrontal cortex simply hears that there is, bad mood in your life, and it's not only going to manifest in other people's bad mood, but it's going to manifest in your own bad mood because it's just working to do what you tell it to do. So I encourage you to do that. And I think it's kind of an exciting time to do that during Ramadan as well. That you kind of are reconnecting in the truest sense Ramadan, you're reconnecting with that divine, that beloved within, and allowing yourself to be guided by the hand of that beloved in your life, by whatever name or names you recognize that energy, that source, that force, or or higher power in your life, and so I applaud you for that, and I really want you guys to try uh, the uh, the one command, because because I know that you're bringing the right intentionality with you, and it's just absolutely astounding how quickly it works. And there's there have been times when I being a new thought practitioner, I've always relied on spiritual mind treatment, and that formula is just natural to me, and I do that throughout the day for people that I'm encountering, for friends, for family members, for myself. Um, but there are times when I find that there's an urgent need, and when I may be in the middle of doing something, so I don't really have the time to quiet myself and do a full spiritual mind treatment. And the one command is almost like a mini spiritual mind treatment. And I just simply say, I don't know how the great example I can give is several people, Melissa and Mike and Brittany, are all no longer with the program. Of course, with their departure means that the money that they committed toward helping the Andersons is gone as well. And I just said, you know what, I'm not going to worry about that. I don't know how I manifest the money to be able to help Eunice and Billy. All I know is that the money is there, and their needs are met, and I'm fulfilled and complete. And the very night that I said that, I got a telephone call from somebody who said, "Hey, I'd like you to help me with a project, and I don't want you to do it for free. And so just give me a fair price for what you think your time will be worth to help me with this technology issue that I'm having and some programming." And I said, "Well, how would it be? I'm really working on a nonprofit program right now to help this couple, and we need to manifest $300 in order to make up for some people who were, a cancer within the group who are no longer there. How would you feel about paying me $300 to do the work, and I'll do this, this, and this for you?" And they said, "That's fine." No question, no discussion, no anything. Boom, the money was there, and I was able to to get it to them, or to their social worker actually, immediately. So it's amazing how that happens in your life when you just say, I don't know how, dot, dot, dot. All I know is, dot, 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 and I'm fulfilled and complete. So try that in your lives. Make sure you guys check out the blog, and let me know how that starts to manifest. I mean, I think it's already, these things are beginning to manifest in your lives with Ita, with your customer coming in. When you stop looking for the customers because you were probably focusing on, I wish I could get more customers, which is a lack concept. It's an idea that I don't have enough customers. And now you've let go of that stress, and watch, the customers are going to start coming in. The distributors will start coming in. The business will start to manifest for you. And it's not that anything in the universe changed. You changed. And so you've begun to live your life knowing the greater truth, and the greater truth is that there is no lack in your world, that there is only abundance, there's only peace, there's only ease and grace in every experience. That's your birthright. That's the natural state of being, and that's what happens when you are present in the moment. And the only time that we experience lack, which is fear, is when we're not in the moment. The moment is love. The moment is God. The moment is grace, or whatever you want to call it. And when we're in the moment, we can't help but manifest those good things in our lives. The balance is restored to the 6 dimensions of wellness. The areas of our lives that were out of balance begin to manifest, abundance, prosperity, wholeness, because that's really all abundance is. Abundance is wholeness. It's not having millions of dollars. Millions of dollars are only valuable to you if what you want to do with those millions of dollars requires millions of dollars. For some person, it might be that they, and when I enroll somebody, I sit down and talk with them. What is your why? We have to, before I can help you accomplish the how, we need to focus on your why. Well, I want to be able to provide for my kids for college. Well, what does that look like? What are we talking about? $40,000 a year, $20,000 a year. All right. So that's what we need. So let's be clear that other people may share their financial goals, and their financial goals may be that they need to manifest $5,000 a month. Um, for me, I immediately knew that I needed to at least manifest $3,500 a month as quickly as I could in my business to cover my medical bills, my living expenses, and my doctor's copays or my prescription copays. I knew that I at least needed to manifest that. Uh, and so that was what I put out into the universe, that money manifests. And very quickly, the things that had to happen in my business to manifest that money took place. But if I would have focused on my ultimate goal of getting back to being a seven-figure income earner, then my focus would not have been open, and my awareness wouldn't have been present to the opportunities that arose for me to enroll the people that were necessary to enroll to do the things that they needed to do in my life in order to manifest that $3,500 quickly. So be open to the opportunities as they arise, and be focused on the desired outcome, the desired result, rather than what you think are the means to get there. And money is strictly always a means to get there. So let go of money. Be neutral to money. Understand that it's just energy and that it's always circulating all around you, like all energy does. And finally, the last thing I want to say is if you guys will stay on when the broadcast is over, don't hang up yet when I tell everybody goodbye. I'm just going to share just a personal thing with you guys, and we'll do that off air. So everybody else, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Hopefully you guys will start participating on the blog again. Because again, what you get out of this program is going to be directly proportionate to what you put in. And I know that some of the folks that are no longer with us believe that you shouldn't participate in the blog for whatever absurd reason. I think they were just threatened by what we were accomplishing. And so you guys know a higher truth, that your participation is all about you. It's not about me. The blog is actually a hidden blog. So it's not, you could be yourself. And really share from your heart in there. And I promise you that getting those things out, making positive statements and declarations about your business, and putting that in writing will have powerful results. And those who've been participating are actually seeing that in their businesses and their lives, as you just heard. So again, I appreciate and thank each and every one of you. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, for Inner Alchemy, our topic will be simplicity as the highest form of sophistication. And we're going to wrap up this week of how we look at money and abundance in our lives. So you guys stick around. I'm going to get and stop the broadcast. Until next time, guys, stay in the moment. Be grateful for everything you've got. And always remember, the best is yet to come. We'll talk soon.